Ferrari did something no other manufacturer has ever done when they launched the Purosangue. They refused to call it an SUV. They called it an FUV, a Ferrari utility vehicle, because the people at Maranello decided that if they were going to build something with 4 doors and 4 seats, it was going to exist in a category only Ferrari occupies. Then they limited production to just 20% of total annual output, meaning even existing Ferrari customers face an 18 to 24-month waitlist. At $398,350 before options, the Purosangue is not Ferrari chasing the SUV market. It is Ferrari telling the SUV market what the standard now looks like. And somewhere in Maranello, a conversation is reportedly happening about a name that carries more emotional weight than almost any other badge in Ferrari's history. Welcome to MotorDreamer, where we go past the badge and into the story the automotive world is still figuring out how to tell. Today, we're exploring the 2027 Ferrari Dino 246 GT SUV concept vision. Built on real Ferrari direction, real confirmed rumors, and historical weight that makes this idea impossible to dismiss. Before we go further, the transparency MotorDreamer always leads with. The Ferrari Dino 246 GT SUV is not officially confirmed. What is confirmed? Ferrari is exploring full EV SUV architecture for 2027 to 2028. A Purosangue version special is being discussed internally, rumored at 830 horsepower, expected above $550,000. And the Dino name has resurfaced repeatedly in enthusiast and industry circles as a vehicle that could sit below the Purosangue and open Ferrari's SUV universe to a second buyer profile. Everything in this video is built on real technology and real confirmed direction. The badge is the only thing not yet official. To understand why the Dino name matters, you need to know where it came from. Alfredo Ferrari, known as Dino, was Enzo Ferrari's only son. He died at 24 from muscular dystrophy in 1956, but before he died, he championed a small V6 engine he believed could redefine the brand. Enzo named the car after him. The Dino 246 GT, produced from 1969 to 1974, became Ferrari's first mid-engine road car. Motor Trend Classic ranked it 7th greatest Ferrari of all time. And here's the detail most people don't know. It was never badged as a Ferrari. The prancing horse appeared nowhere on the car. Ferrari's original brochure called it almost a Ferrari. The Dino name was its own identity, its own statement about what a performance car could be when the old rules didn't apply. That history is not decorative. It is the entire argument for why a modern Dino SUV makes sense in a way that a simply named Ferrari SUV 2 never could. The design vision starts from the principle the original Dino never abandoned. A performance car should look fast before it moves. The body sits low and wide, planted rather than tall, with proportions closer to a Grand Tourer lifted just enough for the real world. A horizontal light bar stretches across the nose, a single futuristic identity statement you recognize from a distance before you read any badge. The hood is long and sculpted, shaped by airflow rather than styling preference. The windshield flows into a blacked-out roof, narrow side glass, rear haunches carrying that unmistakable Ferrari tension. At the rear, a thin blade-like light signature runs the full width of the tail, clean, modern, instantly recognizable, while carbon lower bodywork in matte black contrasts against red paint to lower the visual center of gravity and give the entire vehicle a supercar attitude from every angle. This is not an SUV wearing a Ferrari badge. This is a Ferrari that happens to have 4 doors. Inside, the original Dino's defining quality, intimacy, driver focus, the sense of being held by the machine, gets rebuilt for a world of screens and ambient light without losing what made it special. The cabin is dark and theatrical. Red ambient lighting runs across the dashboard and doors like something alive, defining the atmosphere rather than decorating it. The steering wheel is compact, thick, Alcantara wrapped, the emotional center of the experience, not a place for touchscreen controls. The digital driver display is laid out like an aircraft cockpit, performance data arranged around the driver in a hierarchy that makes intuitive sense the moment you sit down. The panoramic center display handles navigation and vehicle settings without the surrounding carbon fiber and stitched leather ever letting you forget what this vehicle costs and why. The passenger side panel turns the front passenger from someone being carried into someone who is part of the experience. In a Ferrari SUV, that matters enormously. The powertrain is where the concept faces its most interesting creative tension. The Purosangue's naturally aspirated 6.5-liter V12 at 715 horsepower is one of the last of its kind in the world. A dyno SUV positioned below it could go hybrid, preserving combustion drama while adding instant electric torque, or go fully electric, taking the futuristic exterior all the way through the powertrain with silent launches and precise individual wheel control. Both directions are grounded in technology Ferrari already has. But here is the challenge that neither technology answers alone, making it feel alive. Anyone can make a heavy vehicle accelerate quickly. The original Dino was celebrated for its balance, its response, its ability to communicate with the driver through every surface. A modern dyno SUV has to carry that quality into a heavier body, serving more people in a world where most electrified performance vehicles have traded communication for computational precision. That is the Ferrari challenge no badge alone can solve. Now the strategic context that makes the dyno SUV idea smarter than it appears. The Purosangue starts at $398,350 with a 2-year waitlist. Ferrari is not losing demand. They are deliberately restricting supply to protect exclusivity. But that restriction leaves a buyer profile unserved. Someone with $280,000 to $350,000, genuine Ferrari aspiration, and a need for 4 doors that the Purosangue's timeline cannot accommodate. A dyno SUV in that price window doesn't compete with the Purosangue. It creates a new entry point into Ferrari's SUV universe, the exact same strategic role the original Dino played in 1969. Against the Lamborghini Urus SE at $246,495, it positions as more exclusive and more historically resonant at a premium the Ferrari badge justifies. Against the Bentley Bentayga Speed at $274,000 and Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT at $210,000, it competes on a dimension neither can match: Italian supercar identity, historical nameplate weight, and Ferrari's specific brand of emotional engineering. So here is where the 2027 Ferrari Dino 246 GT SUV concept vision lands. The original Dino challenged what a Ferrari could be and created one of the most beloved vehicles in the brand's history. A modern dyno SUV would attempt exactly the same thing, in exactly the same spirit, for a world that looks nothing like the one the original was built for. The design earns the name. The interior respects the heritage. The powertrain question remains genuinely unresolved, and that honesty matters more than a confident spec sheet for something that doesn't exist yet. What is certain? Ferrari has one SUV, it costs nearly $400,000. You wait 2 years to get it, and the market for a Ferrari with 4 doors has never been larger. The dyno name sitting unused while that demand exists is either a deliberate long-term play or an opportunity Maranello hasn't yet decided to take. Either way, when the decision comes, it will not be just another SUV announcement. It will be Ferrari asking one more time what a Ferrari can be when the old rules no longer apply. And if history is any guide, the answer will make the segment feel like it was waiting for exactly this. Should the dyno name come back as a Ferrari SUV, or is some heritage too sacred to put on 4 doors? Drop your take in the comments. Subscribe to MotorDreamer and we'll see you in the next one.